Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're recording with the Nobody's Famous podcast. We're finally back. And as always, it's a pleasure. And it's episode 10, guys. A big milestone. And this time, we have not only one guest, but we have two. So it's double trouble today with Anas Elfi.
Hello.
And Ahmed Al-Zubair.
Yes, indeed. What's up?
Nice.
Yes, it is very
I like
nice
that
indeed.
not coordinated, where I said your name and you're like, hello. And I like it.
But definitely we'll work on cue.
This is why both of us need to be at the podcast together. You know what I mean? It's just the synchronization works perfectly like that.
Hand in hand.
Sublime voices coming up.
Exactly.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
So I want to start by saying one of the reasons why I wanted you guys on this show is because each of you have a very distinctive laugh.
Oh, really? Not because you need any tickets, right? There's distinctive laugh one. Okay.
Yeah, laugh number one.
I like how this is revealed now after you
Yes.
started the podcast. Even though I asked you what
The
are we doing
podcast.
in the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Filet?
Minio.
The podcast.
The podcast.
Yeah. That's if I asked you why you're doing it, and then you just basically told me nothing, and now I know what the silence was for.
Yeah,
Basically,
exactly. This
okay.
was the.
I'll make sure not
I
to
said
laugh.
I said it's one of the main reasons.
I like how that's the first reason. You know what I mean? So-
I love it. It's so good. It's good. No, the reason why I say that is because, like, okay, when you make somebody laugh, okay, some people have laughs that are like, you put so much effort and then they laugh, and it isn't
It's not satisfying.
enough. It's not satisfying.
No.
It's
not from
I
the
know
heart.
exactly what you mean.
Yeah. So when for example, if I made you guys laugh, or if anyone makes you guys laugh,
It gives you pleasure.
it's an amazing laugh.
Thank
It's
you.
passion, bro.
Thank you.
And
I think Zubair is number one on that. I think I have to take second place when it comes to the distinctive laugh. So.
okay.
There you go. See, the thing with Zubair is he doesn't have one laugh. He has very many laughs. There are the laughs that don't make you
But it
satisfied.
has the same.
Yes. You know it's
Tune.
Zubair. You know it's Zubair.
Yeah.
That's it. In the end, you do know it's Zubair.
Yeah, it has a meaning, the laugh. You know, if you tell me something like I don't like, I'll just give like, all right.
That's it.
We'll see.
That's when you're not satisfied.
So yeah, my answer will actually, or my laugh will give you the answer that you need.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean, because
Yeah.
it's just like it's so satisfying.
But this is the first time actually someone tells me that my laugh is distinctive than other laughs that normal human beings have. So does that make
Normal
me
human being.
Yes, that's what my next question was. Does my laugh make me unnormal or just immortal or something, or is this?
All I said was it's very distinctive. I didn't say that you're not normal. This guy took it and he's like, let me take this and run.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's just because there was a couple of times that I made you laugh, and it just like, the.
Oh yeah. I know
love this
exactly what
part.
you're
I
talking
like
And
this
back
part.
to
It's
the
like-
table.
I know exactly.
He
What
loses
you're
consciousness.
Yes. No, I sometimes that when I laugh though, sometimes I really get dizzy and almost black out. Sometimes.
No.
When it's
Lack of
very
oxygen,
funny.
bro.
When it's very funny.
Out of breath.
Yeah. I don't know why that I start seeing stars. So it's probably not a good idea with this flinging.
Oh my god. Okay, that was good.
Yes,
that was good.
That was.
So it's a pleasure to have you guys on the show.
The pleasure is ours.
definitely, bro.
And thank you guys for doing this at it's a short notice, and I know, like, the funny thing is we're all actually tired on this show.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing, is I'm tired, Alex is tired, Anas, you just came back from a trip,
A very long one, yes.
and Ahmed's tired also, so we're all
Ahmed's
tired.
so chill, bro.
He's,
I barely do anything. I just delegate. That's how it works.
That's the regular.
Delegate, man.
Um,
You gotta have mini minions, not even minions, mini minions.
mini minions.
Yeah, exactly.
Mini minions.
Yeah, bro, man. You can motivate them, Just give them like, oh, it's right. It's all right, bro. Don't worry about it. Chill. Work out at the end. We'll get that person. Okay, fine. Then start working. I'll be like, what the hell did he convince me to do? And it's done.
Okay. It's a management style.
Oh, yeah.
It's a management style.
I'm sure that people that are going to be watching this podcast will know why you cannot say no to Zubair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but who can explain it better? Can you explain it better, or is it an outsider thing?
I mean, from an outsider perspective, not from Zubair's perspective, just looking at this guy is quite scary. But once you get to know him, he's very kind-hearted. Yes, yeah. But you can't say no. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to say no.
Well,
to
I've
him.
experienced it. Like I know his blank face.
Yeah,
With the blank face. And
like
when are
don't
you
mess
gonna
with
do
me.
it?
Exactly.
Hmm?
Don't mess with me.
When?
Yeah.
It's like I lost.
Because that's how I look. I have to look like this.
I just lose
like
interest,
this.
very fast. You know?
Okay, I'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, no. He has that aura.
Yes,
Or
exactly.
that charisma. I want
And
to
he
say.
can also give you the aura of, I'm very friendly. I like, you know what I mean. But sometimes it's I don't know what to call it.
It depends on the person, bro. Like, I know him. When I came to you guys when I first joined the company, it's a bit different from what I used to work. It's the open environment. People are, like everybody's, managers, associates, admin, like it was a mix. I kind of liked it. It's the kind of thing I was been looking for since I was a kid. When I wanted to work in a place, where it's happy, fun. And that's what I loved about it. And so that's why I fit in very fast and made a lot of friends, and there it is.
Yeah, you exert your authority like in a
easygoing.
nice way. In a nice way. Just
I'm very sorry. Is it okay in the podcast to
Mm-hmm.
talk about you, or is this not allowed, or is it, how does it work?
no, that's fine.
It's very fine.
That's fine. Just I mean the general agreement is don't make the episode about me.
no, I completely agree.
Everyone loves to again. It's happening. No,
Because there's
people-
a lot of distinctive features about you that it's quite exciting to talk about.
Okay, I mean, okay, thank you. I don't know if is that a compliment?
Yeah,
or-
I'll tell you about the main one.
distinctive features.
Yes. Yeah. No. I'll tell you about the main one.
Okay.
It's your laugh.
My laugh. So we're just exchanging laughs now.
That's the main feature that you have. That's distinctive from everyone else. Just so.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't hear anything when you laugh.
What do you mean,
Like when you, Mr. Ali, laugh.
Mr. Ali?
Yeah.
Oh, very formal.
No. I have to be formal. Trust me, this setup makes you feel as formal as it can get, Charlie. But see what I mean? You can't hear anything.
Oh, you mean this one? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
just because you're next to the mic, I can hear it.
Okay, I understand. I
Yeah,
understand.
see.
You're talking about this one. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Because there are times where like I might burst out laughter, but
I haven't experienced that yet.
No,
but I'm
it-
hoping to do so in
yeah,
this.
that's the one where the stomach hurts and I'm crying.
And you black out.
Yeah. No, I don't. This is the
Oh,
first
that's
time.
just me.
This is just you. That's
oh,
just
that's
you.
just me. Okay.
So now I understood when you meant normal human beings.
Yes, exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
No, I tried Ali when he was laughing. I think he almost passed out next to me.
Oh, okay.
Remember that?
I mean, like it's. I tell you, like when I laugh really, really hard, it's always in a scenario, not in a relaxed scenario. It's never in a relaxed.
It's a tense.
It's always a tense scenario because it's from school. It's in an environment where you're not allowed to laugh.
Correct.
So it makes me laugh even more.
Because you're in an environment where you're not allowed to laugh.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because it's just like you're trying to be
That's
quiet.
pretty funny. I would actually laugh too, to be honest.
I'm so quiet. It's just so quiet, and I just and it always happens.
Oh, yeah.
in front of people's faces.
No, the worst
it's
part.
the worst thing.
Actually, bro, it breaks ice.
I
Trust
mean,
me.
one of those scenarios you're talking about, not school, for example. Let's talk about a meeting. You're in a business meeting. Exactly. Like you're not supposed to laugh. Someone next to you says something, and then all I need is someone to just blow on me. Like that's it. I'll start.
Why?
I'll go. Like
That's
I'll
me.
hold myself.
I will ignite it.
Exactly. No, I will burst.
I'll never
out
hold it
laughing.
back.
I will.
I don't hold
exactly.
it back.
I don't care who's sitting down. I will just start laughing.
Well, that's
I'll
the
try
thing.
to exit the room, but I'll exit the room laughing. I will not exit the room silent and laugh outside. No, I will.
The thing is, because you know him, so you know the triggers, right?
Exactly.
You can
Oh,
know
yeah,
what the
definitely.
triggers are.
No, he's worse. What he does is he will sit there while I'm speaking in a meeting and WhatsApp me or something and tell me to look at someone's pimple or something like that. So I'll be like, okay, all right. And I won't be able to speak anymore. I'll just be stuck right there. I'll just like, okay.
Thinking about that
I need
pimple.
to know now. I need to know. Where is it? Which person?
Exactly. So yeah, that's yeah. He knows the triggers. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't. If you go to a place, it's very tense and people
Yes.
very serious. They're like, what is going on, guys? Just either you crack a joke or just leave the room.
I'll leave the room.
Honestly, if they're my friends, I'll crack a joke.
No,
or
but-
actually
but-
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're talking about scenarios where you cannot crack a joke and you cannot laugh. It's not.
Oh no, trust me, bro. I mean, some serious things, you know, someone's asking you like a serious question, like, oh, I need this because we have this and blah, blah. I said, okay, what do you need? I said, I want, okay, I'll tell you exactly the whole scenario, what happened. So we're sitting in the production office for the jiu-jitsu, and there's this one guy, all right?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right, so he came to the office. So he was asking about accreditation. And I looked at him, you need to go to the concourse. So his reaction, he said, Fili eh? And I could not hold it, man. I had his face like, I just laughed.
That's the thing, because
Like,
he doesn't
this guy-
care. He doesn't care.
This guy's
He doesn't
sitting
care.
next- he's
He just
sitting
looks
next
at
to
him
me.
and he just laughed in his face.
He's vibrating like from laughter. And Katrine, it's like, even Tamer, he's a serious person when he's working, but he was like, what did you just do, Ahmed? And I was like, you know what? It's you know where the atrium is? I said, oh, okay, I'm very sorry. I said, no, I'm sorry. Actually, I didn't mean that, but I just couldn't hold it.
And the thing is, like, because I can't let the guy is standing right here.
Oh my God.
He's here, like he's above me, okay? And he's like, feel eh? And then he laughed in his face. He laughed in his face. You expect me not to laugh?
Have you ever experienced?
How can I not laugh?
I'm sorry. Have you ever experienced someone's tone of voice when they talk? It's funny, and you're just trying to listen.
You hear the whiz. You hear the whiz. I love it. It's just so good. And they both have it, actually. They both have it.
But yeah, that's. But he doesn't. He's not.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
But he can still hear the.
You know, it's right there.
He's in the room.
See, the thing is, once you're wearing these, you don't know what's going on.
In your own world, man.
It's not like in a soundproof studio. And
I mean, I
he's
feel
behind
like
the glass
to be
and he's
honest
like,
with you, it totally feels like it. But yeah, no, those people that have this tone of voice, they talk, and when they talk, they just have this squeaky sound that makes you want to laugh. Yeah, have you experienced that before? Or?
In university we had a friend, but it's like I don't like to.
No, it has to be someone that you don't know. Because if it's a friend, you're gonna see him on a regular every day. It's
You'll
just
get
not gonna
used
get
to it.
funny anymore.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's gonna
because
get offensive.
No, because he was a friend of ours, a good friend. But at the beginning, it was like, it was weird. But I don't want to laugh at these things because people actually have real problems. You know?
No, I know. But the reason I'm trying to say this is going back to the beginning of the discussion when you're not supposed to laugh and you have to laugh.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
So,
It's just. But the thing is, like with that scenario, was it just the.
And we're in a corner, bro. Like, there's no way out.
You can't go anywhere.
No way out.
And he's standing, and the thing is, like, he's been saying no to everyone, right? And he's telling, like, you need to go there, don't come here. And the guy just comes and he's just really, really asking, like, normally.
Innocent, man. It was a very...
And he looks at his face.
Talk about good customer service. Yeah.
In his face. So you just see me. Like, can't do
Were you
anything.
silent? Like, were you?
I was silent, but
So
I
you-
was like, I can't do this. I can't.
Actually, I still remember Katrine what she did, man. She went under the table laughing.
You can't. But the thing is, if you're laughing and Katrine's under the table laughing and Tamer's laughing and Ahmed's laughing, how does the guy not know you're laughing yet?
Like,
Like, why do you need to go under the table?
the only person that called me out was Mira. But she called me out after the guy left. It's like, bro, that's Abe. Why are you doing this? It's not right. I looked at her like, Mira, come on.
Let it go.
It was
Stay-
a funny.
stay away.
It was a funny scenario. It was a funny scenario. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
It was a funny scenario.
And I met the guy, yeah, man. It's really nice. I apologize to him, you know, like, no offense, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it was, I'm like that, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
I mean, okay. So now we've spent. How long have we spent? Like 15 minutes talking about laughs.
Yes, I think
That's some good content there.
that
You
brings
know?
me
That's-
to the next topic about your distinctive features. You're very good at starting conversations. You see, we started talking about laughing, and it ended up in a 15-minute conversation. So
That's amazing.
Yes, you're very good at continuing one conversation over and over again.
Okay, so now the show is about
Ali
my
Al-Rifai,
distinctive
yes.
features. So, guys, we're back on the Nobody's Famous podcast, and the show is not called Anas Alfi and Ahmed Zubair anymore. It's called Ali's Distinctive Features.
Yes, the famous Ali's distinctive. Oh,
Actually,
sorry,
I always wanted to ask
Ali's
you.
distinctive features. Yes.
How was your first interaction with Anas? Like,
First interaction. What was it? Actually, I can't remember.
To be honest with you, I don't remember the first interaction. I remember the interaction where I actually started to. It has to come back to laughing. I'm very sorry, but when you told me the story about.
Yes. Yes, the guy. So
أنا
So-
جاهز. Can I say the story?
okay,
please?
you say the story just so the listeners and the viewers know that this is we just laughed at an inside joke which we will now explain to
Exactly, yes. أنا جاهز. Basically, the name of the joke is أنا جاهز.
you. Which means I'm ready in Arabic.
Exactly. So basically, he's explaining to me one of the events that they've been doing, and like I don't want to say the event or the place of the event, but basically, the people that were working on the event, one of them was dealing with cash at one of the outlets, and
FNB. He was
yeah.
FNB.
So why do I keep looking there? I don't know why I keep. You're right here. I talk. Okay.
Just talk to us.
All right. Yeah.
There's no cameras.
Okay. No.
You're
there's
not famous.
No, I'm not. Nobody is. Okay. So basically, this guy was dealing with cash, and we have this finance manager who's just a very easily ticked off person. Like you can easily just tell this guy hi, and he'll get mad at you for no reason.
He's always on the edge.
Why are you telling me hi? Do I know you? So basically, this guy was dealing with the cash. He sells a very big amount of cash with whatever he was selling. I think it was like what, chips and stuff, and
It was like chips and some drinks
I don't know what
in boxes,
and
right? It was standard stuff.
and
It just
that-
comes like standard.
Exactly, but he sold a lot of it apparently, and he had all the money with him. And the finance guy is waiting for this guy to come in with a bulk amount of cash and a ton of receipts and a closing, basically balance sheet or whatever.
Very concert.
No, it was before that.
Wait, I'm going to.
Okay,
I'm going into the basically. You guys have to kind of imagine the scenario. So this guy walks in with both of his pockets full of cash. Not a single receipt. Not a single receipt. Goes into this finance manager, the guy that easily gets ticked off. He goes in with him and he tells him, "أنا جاهز."
No equipment.
I think he had a mild stroke when he saw that.
See, the funny part is not the أنا جاهز part. The funny part is imagining the reaction of that finance
Yes,
manager.
exactly.
I think he has a mild stroke. Exactly. Was like,
Exactly.
what?
Like,
I want to say something interesting now because you now explain the story because that's not actually the story.
no way. But that's how I meant. Please
That's
don't,
funny though.
please
That's
don't ruin
funny.
it for me.
No,
Don't
I'm not ruining it.
Okay.
It's just you got the timings wrong.
Oh, okay.
Because you did it at the end, at reconciliation phase.
Exactly.
But the story actually is the beginning.
No, please start that. Yeah, I can't go into details. This is all I imagine every time I hear أنا جاهز.
Okay, great. So now you've said one side.
Yeah, the
which is-
ending.
which is false.
Let's go.
I'll say that. It's not the story, but you made the story,
You
which
know
is
what?
great.
It's very nice.
It's
it was
great.
a nice story.
Yeah, so I'll tell you the truth now, which
Finance
is
manager.
imagine this finance manager has had thousands and thousands of problems over the course of 3-4 days
Yes.
prior
Oh, no,
to starting.
yes. Please tell the
so,
story.
so
Filling
imagine that his tolerance level has now reached
Boiling point.
boiling point. Okay, so this guy comes up to him, and this was before the event starts, so he hadn't sold anything yet, and the guy came in last minute.
It's like he's having cash flow or something.
No,
like that.
last minute. He just got all the food. He set up all the
Stations.
concessions everywhere. Everything is set up, and there should be a way to record the sales,
Yeah.
right?
Like
Basic,
like normal human
like
beings.
basic,
Simple supermarket
simple,
grocery, right?
basic thing. And the finance
Grab a
manager
paper
asked him.
full like here and write it down.
He
That's
asked him, "Where's your cash machines, cash box, vendors and whatever?" And the guy, this is what he did. He's like, "هيك أنا جاهز."
خلاص. أنا جاهز.
So it's just himself.
And he's already at boiling point, yeah?
So he looked at him and he told him, "You have two options. Either I kill you."
Sorry, I'm very sorry. Can we pause for a second? I just want the listeners to know who we're talking. Is there anyone that we can compare to the finance manager guy that, like a famous person?
I don't
celebrity?
know.
Okay.
The
Like
actors.
a movie, someone from a
Well,
movie.
what, like Ron Swanson, maybe? from Parks and Recreation?
That kind of works. Yeah.
Maybe.
No.
He's a little bit worse, but okay.
Is he worse? Yeah, he is worse, right?
Okay,
'Cause
yeah,
he threw the laptop outside.
Okay, see, that's where you need to continue the story.
Wait, okay, that's another part. That's another no, because I mean Ron Swanson threw the monitor.
Oh
in the garbage, right?
yeah.
But okay,
Anyways.
but okay, that's another story with the same guy. So I don't know what's our reference, but he told him you have two options: either I kill you, or the second option is I ignore what's happening and I just
I wasn't
leave.
Walk away.
I wasn't
I'll
here.
walk away.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
I'm pretty sure
This
the guy
is-
went for option 2.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
it just because it reached boiling point, huh? Like
Bro,
you can
his
see
vein
the red,
pops.
you can see the redness.
Yeah, the
here.
veins start popping out
It
and
was
stuff.
red here.
Mumbling things and all of that.
And he's a smoker, so
Yeah,
that
it just added to that.
exactly. You
It
know what I
added
mean?
to
Like
that.
I need a cigarette, but I can't. That's
Yeah.
Anyways,
The second scenario, and I can't remember if this was before or after this, but he was walking back to the office with his laptop. And
The finance guy? Or
the finance manager, and he was going back to his office, which is backstage. But the security had already been deployed. So,
they won't let him in.
and he didn't have his accreditation, right?
Yeah,
So the-
typical him.
I mean, I can't remember. I think he just didn't have it, and the security stopped him, right? And you know his brain and the security, so they're just clashing, okay? And this security guard they were like, it's
Buff,
huge,
very buff.
buff guys, man, huge
Oh, they're
guys,
taking it serious, huh?
huge guys, right? So and this guy was by himself on one door alone. So he's arguing with our colleague, with the finance manager. He's arguing, and then the other security guys come over because they're like, "Well, what's happening? Let's go and help." You know, so you see all those
And they're
guys
walking like this.
They're all walking. They hit a door on the way. They hit some kids. They just fall down. They
Someone
come
comes
over,
in their way, they slap him out of the.
and this you see.
That's an introduction, you know, so you can understand what's coming at you.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, you see all these big buff guys, and he's like, you know, Arab guy with a
Belly.
belly, you know, and
Probably smoking a cigarette.
yeah, and he takes the laptop, he puts it on the floor in the middle of the corridor.
Are you?
It's just a long corridor. Just put it on the floor, and then he looks at the main guy. He's like this. He looks at the main guy.
There's one of the laughs. See, that's when you know shit's funny.
He looks at him and he's like this. He's like,
God.
ish malek. شو بدك? Just looks at him like this. I can imagine 3 or 4 like just big security guys just ready, you know, ready to go, man. They're ready to go.
Oh wow.
He only sees red.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
So yeah, I think the
How did we get to this story?
it was the Ana Jahiz story. Yes.
You wanted to say the
But that story was funnier. 2 options. That was amazing.
It's like how you guys interact with each other. Ask the question.
It's very the reason we're laughing so hard is because we know this guy so well. I think
Yeah.
it's very hard for someone to be able to
Understand him.
yeah, this guy is out of the norm.
yeah, I mean, I think we kind of described the scenario
Ron
well,
Swanson is
and
very I agree.
and also I think your laughs are contagious. I just keep coming back to
Yes.
it, so it's something that is
No, but
It can be the highlight.
you've accomplished I think level 4 out of 5 from his laugh. So it's that's
yeah. There's still a level 5
Yeah.
after that one.
yeah.
Oh yeah, bro.
Man, he dropped his
I've no,
headphones.
no, but I've experienced level 5. Me and him in Amsterdam. That was funny. See what? I'll tell you the story. Okay. Basically, we were going into a forest to do some hiking. Obviously,
It doesn't sound good.
No, that you should laugh at that. You see that? That should be funny right there. But basically, no, we were basically had no water, no food, nothing. And we were planning on going on a trail that was only 45 minutes. It was like 1.5 kilometers, and we were just like, okay, let's go check this out. So the beginning of the trail, the very, very beginning, there was a hill that had an incline of at least 90 degrees, if not more. Like he had to kind of, you know what I mean? So
Took us 5
so
minutes.
me and him are literally looking at the hill like it's nothing. We got this, you know what I mean? And we're just and obviously we're very out of shape, so we're just going up. And this is the beginning of the trail, and we were already tired, and we had no water, we had nothing, and we were dressed like dress shirts and you know what I mean? It's like
Jeans.
we're not
And a hoodie, and you know, because it's a bit cold,
flat
you know, it's
shoes,
windy.
we're not supposed to be doing this. You know what I mean? So we got up the hill finally. I don't know how. We got on top of the hill. The view was absolutely amazing. That for about 2 minutes, me and him forgot that we were tired.
But then after it took
No,
us like
like,
another 15 minutes
exactly.
to realize, oh, we got up, so now we need to start our trail.
Exactly. And so now, like when we realized, when we were like amazed by the view and the view, okay, we're done. Me and him look at each other and we're breathing so heavily that we're just like, why did we forget that?
We found the lumber on the we found the lumber just right
like,
over there, and we just, you know what?
Why are we
Sat
not
over
sitting
there.
down right now? Like, why are we just? That was level 5 of laughing right there, and we're tired and laughing, so we just couldn't finish the trail. So yeah. See, the
to go
thing is,
back.
they tell you 1.5 kilos, 45 minutes.
That's a lie.
But that's if you're just.
Yeah, but that's for
a
like
lie.
maybe
That's if you're a normal
fit
hiker.
person. Yeah.
If you have normal shoes, walking and actually hiking with water, you could finish it in 45 minutes. I think it took us, what, 4 hours? Maybe 3?
3 hours and a half. You know what? I'll tell you something.
3 hours
At
and a
first,
half.
Yes. But we
For
were.
1.5 kilos.
But see, the thing is, it's not a regular kilo and a
Yeah,
half.
it's like
it's
you're
like an
climbing up and
uphill
down.
This
kilo
is
and
an
a
Arab
half.
explanation.
And hold on.
This is an Arab explanation.
Hold on.
Like,
Hold on.
you know that car that I brought? It is not like what you think, madam.
No, but the kilo and a half, we had to make a lot of stops. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stops in the middle because the views were absolutely.
Yeah, actually, I had to stop, because there's a lot of amazing things. Like, at first, it would be like somewhere climbing up, and then, like, say to the right, that's the trail of the hike. And then you look on the left, it's like, looks tempting.
Because it's
Should
downhill.
we go? And that one is downhill, but that one is, just flat. So, Anas, what do you think? I don't know, bro. You should. Took us like literally 45 minutes to get even like 100 meters from the whole hike. Then we said like, just let's go try it. When we went over there, man, it
view.
was amazing.
You're talking about something you see only in movies and cartoons.
Yeah,
and
it was
stuff.
just crazy.
Very nice.
What-
I
what's,
definitely
um,
recommend Amsterdam. It's called Sandport Norm.
Yeah.
Whoever's going, there's
Sand?
Sandport Norm.
Sand.
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 Port.
As in
See,
a
it's
sand.
a
Sand.
Dutch word,
As in,
so
you live in the
I'm not
UAE.
sure I'm pronouncing it
the
right.
first word that should come into your head is sand.
Maybe Alex, we put that up for the.
Yes, Sandport
for the-
Norm.
yeah,
It's in the
Amazing.
north
It's
side
come
of
up somewhere
Amsterdam.
here.
See,
or-
the thing is, don't go there. Don't plan it. Don't plan it. Just go there. Say you're going to Sandport Norm. Don't plan anything. Don't take any water with you. Just go to Sandport.
It's
Norm.
like an adventure. It
And
was
for-
an
Don't take
adventure.
any water.
No. Figure it out. Just figure it out by yourself.
Yeah,
that's the
it's
fun
interesting.
part. That
But
was
at
what,
least water, right?
See, if we planned it, it wouldn't have been as fun.
Yeah.
But because we didn't plan it, that's why it was very fun.
Yeah, but water.
It's-
Basic.
but see, that's the thing.
Snack. Something.
Where's the adventure if you have water?
Yeah.
You can
there's-
live off water.
Yeah, the adventure is dehydration. That's
it.
Yeah.
So it's either you come
death
out
is
alive,
fine.
you
Okay.
come out alive, or you don't come out at all. See, that's
Wow.
the adventure.
This is like a
See, no, no, no.
daredevil.
Wait.
Anas, I didn't know he was
There's
like
something.
a daredevil.
There's something we did not mention.
Lives on the edge.
So basically, when we went, and it's like a parking area. That's where people park their cars, and if you want to go with the bike and blah blah blah. So you have 3 options. Green route is like 1.5 kilometers.
Correct.
The blue route is like 5k, and then the yellow. We did not even look at the yellow because
15K.
5k was. And he said like, you know what? Let's do the 5k. I was like, dude, I'm actually thinking not to do the 1.5. You want to tell me to do the 5k? He said, blah blah blah. Then I looked at him like, we don't have anything, bro. It's just
See,
us.
when you're in the city, and
know?
you say 5 kilometers, and you're in the city, 5 kilometers,
it.
it's fine.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
fine.
not a
Yeah,
big deal.
definitely.
It's
Yeah.
only me and him. Like we're out in the woods.
Yeah.
Bro,
But-
let's do 1.5, and at least we can always see the hotel. It's like a reference. Whenever we see, we feel calm. Like, okay,
Okay,
not
we're
far
still
away.
alive. We're still alive.
You always like wherever we go, you see the hotel. Like wherever we go, we see the hotel. So somewhere in the middle, we did not see the hotel. We're like, Anas, are we on the right track? And we've been here for almost 2 hours, man.
Yeah, it was definitely an experience. I'll tell you that.
Nice. I love the contrast between how you guys prepared for this and people who do.
We
like,
didn't.
It was
Tour Mont
random.
Blanc or they
Very
go to
random,
Base
yeah.
Camp Everest. I love the contrast.
Yeah. See, that's the thing.
We just go. Water no need, and then just go.
I don't know why you're stuck at the water. You can live off of this bottle of water for
ya
3
akhi,
days.
Water.
Water.
Yeah, I know. We should have done that. But
should
you
have.
know
I
what?
love it. I love this attitude. It's like such
Definitely.
It's like a daredevil attitude.
Yes.
Water. Psh, what is it?
Yeah. You can drink from
Dehydration?
anywhere, bro.
That's nothing.
I love it.
We've been on a trail for 4 hours.
But in the trail, what? Sometimes you freak out a little bit because it gets dark because all of the trees, the sunlight does not come in, and then out of a sudden you see someone in the bike, and you're like, oh, okay.
Thank
People
God.
actually
still
come
in-
in this route, so
And
we did not.
the funny part is when an acorn falls on your head. That hurts. I am telling you, that is not. It's not simple pain.
It's
Imagine
not like the cartoons.
Yeah,
it falls
like
from every
one of the acorns, the tip
high
of it, which
tree
is very
line.
sharp, fell on my head, and until now I feel it. I'm telling you, it was. But I kept walking because I was just tired and I just wanted to reach the destination. I kept walking.
I don't know why. I just imagined you took the role of Elmer Fudd in that scenario as the acorn falls on your head.
Yes.
I don't know why.
It did absolutely nothing like it did to Elmer Fudd, but it just it's just very painful. It's extremely painful.
Yeah, I don't think nature likes him.
No.
And I just
agree.
realized after that hike, I'm not a nature boy. I'm city boy, metropolitan. It's chill, easy stuff. I can walk.
Yeah. If you need to
close
get in your
by.
car, you get in your car.
Exactly. Taxi, Uber,
I mean,
you know,
hey,
anything.
there's-
Means of transportation.
There's two types of people,
Yeah.
like.
There's Ahmed and there's Anas. There's the two types of people.
No, I meant okay. Wait,
Oh,
wait,
man.
Habibi, wait. because I meant
Don't get ahead of
there's
yourself.
One type and there's other types.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah.
so okay. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. Makes sense. That's level 3.
I love the
Warming
levels,
up.
man. I love it. I love the levels. Yes, let's please have some water.
Oh, thank you.
I got you.
Yeah,
You guys some,
I've seen the caterer,
hummus
man.
chips.
See,
Oh
the
my
hummus,
chips.
the hummus chips is you basically. That says Ali all over it.
No, this calls me fake Arab.
It does.
Trying to get to my roots, trying to understand what we talk about.
It's like I'm looking at the at the aisle and I'm looking and I'm like, hummus chips.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Any real Arab will know this is not hummus.
على أساس إنه we live in where? In Amsterdam.
No, I know, but still, I mean, you know.
No, I
you know.
completely understand what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Completely.
Oh, is this hummus? No, that's not hummus. That is not hummus. Yeah. But okay, so we spoke a lot about stuff.
Yeah.
What time is it, man? 34 minutes in. Wow.
Wow.
I had 2 topics.
Yeah,
3.
We didn't leave them yet, right?
it's still hanging. We can still continue about
I
that.
I know. The thing is, I want to give some time so the the viewers and the listeners can just know a little bit about you guys. And usually this should be at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, but it didn't start
It
like
didn't
that.
start like
because
that. I
because
just-
you said you started talking about our laughs.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And it's just I had to.
Yeah.
So maybe let's do a speed run, right? Let's just
I agree.
maybe do like 60 seconds. Each one can just say something about themselves. and
Do I have to time
Come on,
myself?
bro. Come on.
No,
we're
no,
not in-
it's fine. I don't mean literally 60 seconds. Just looking at his watch. It's like, no, I time myself now. Can I go now? Yeah, it's normal, man. Just whatever,
5, 4. Okay.
But who wants to go first?
Zubair.
Alfie.
Okay, fine. I'll go
thing.
first. So I just say who I am because I might be famous one day. Just,
Yeah,
basically.
Awkward silence.
Yes.
I mean, do your elevator pitch. Let's just go from there.
My elevator pitch. My elevator pitch?
You know what that means?
No. Very sorry. I'm not that American.
Lesson number 1 on the Nobody's Famous podcast.
Yes, please.
I mean,
Elevator pitch.
elevator pitch.
Okay, I'm assuming that means that I'm just going with the flow and
No, I will explain.
please.
So
Sorry, wait for a second.
it's okay. Imagine you're going for your job interview.
Yes.
Right, and it's a very tall building.
Yes.
And it takes exactly 60 seconds to get to the floor
so you're like
that you're
practicing on the way up.
on. Wait.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I am explaining, or you?
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm joking. You go into the elevator with someone who could potentially be the
The
guy
em-
who's interviewing you,
The employer.
and you have 60 seconds to sell yourself. That's called the elevator pitch.
I completely understand now. That was a perfect way to
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually,
never,
I thought it was a different thing.
to be honest with you, I've never.
What
I've
did
heard,
you think it was?
It was like something, like start, slow, and then, like go invasive more about yourself, and
I
what
mean, I've-
elevators are you going on?
No, no. To be honest, there's a lot of
Like a
moments.
rocket's attached to the bottom?
Social elevators, bro.
Before I start my elevator, there's a lot of moments, when someone's talking to you and says something you don't understand, you just nod your head and act like you know. I've heard the term before many times, elevator pitch. I've just never understood, and now I feel more comfortable to ask what it meant, and now I know. Thank you very much, Mr.
So you were one of
Ali.
those people where,
Yes.
do you know about this? And Anas was like,
Exactly. I do that all the time. I will never say I don't understand what you're saying. I will leave before
With so
asking
many
that question.
questions.
Exactly. So that's the first 10 seconds about who I am. No, I am a young career-oriented person. I'm married with 2 beautiful redhead daughters.
Congrats to that.
I always have to say redhead. It just amazes me how they have red hair, and I have absolutely no red hair on any of my ancestors have red hair, so it's just 2 redheads. And I am Palestinian American. I've lived in the States my entire life, almost.
Hence the accent.
Hence the accent. I don't know. I feel like I might have a little bit of an Arabic accent, which, brings out the Palestinian in me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that only when you're agitated.
Very true. And
You
a
just
jazz. But
As such.
exactly. And that's pretty much me in a nutshell. I'm not trying to sell myself out, obviously.
Yeah,
so
I
think
gave
the
it
whole-
as an example.
No,
for
I
sure.
completely understand. But that's pretty much
Nice.
me.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Ahmed, maybe enlighten us
Um,
in the normal type of elevator, not.
normal type of elevator. The one we take every day to
Don't
work,
sell
right?
Don't sell yourself.
I don't sell myself. Self-spoken.
There we go. There we go.
You got the joke. You got the joke.
What joke?
Okay. then
Self-spoken.
obviously you didn't. So let's continue, please.
Well, my name is Ahmed. Everybody knows that.
Well, now they know.
I'm from Sudan. I was born and raised here. Studied in private schools. A lot of people from different nationalities. That actually kind of thing made me learn a lot about other environments and other people, which kind of mixed it all from my basic learnings and everything. So that's how my personality came in. So that's why I'm very easy to act or interact with any people from any I have that thing that I don't like to judge. Who am I to judge you? So it's very easy for me to break the ice with anyone, talk to anyone. Like I don't need anything from you. I'm interested. I learned that, after school, high school, that's how my personality became and doing that. And I wanted a career to be a finance person.
Really?
I started that.
Banking?
Actually more in portfolio risk management, investment banking.
Mm-hmm.
I actually studied that and finished. During that time when I graduated was during the financial crisis. So in UAE, that's the first thing started, Formula One and events, and it's something new to the country. So I wasn't gonna sit doing nothing. So let's say, let's go in the market, let's see what's going on. So I started doing it part-time jobs and everything, and I loved it. And at that moment, I realized I don't think I'm an office person. I need to do entertainment, all that kind of events, and that's where I've been for the past 10 years. I've been doing it.
Wow.
Yeah, and
10 years.
every day, man, there's a different experience. Every event, even if you're doing the same event every year, every time there's something different. There's always an experience that you learn from. And every time, it's
Finn.
becomes...
What's that?
That's one of the events he's talking about. Like Finn.
Yeah, man, it's just, there's a lot have been going on, and I've seen a lot, it's just fun, I love it. I embrace it,
To be honest with you, I
embrace it.
think that's like UAE in general is like every day is a new thing. Every day is
New challenge,
very-
new
no.
opportunities.
Don't
Yeah.
talk to me like you're in a meeting. I'm talking to you like I'm telling you like as if UAE. You don't know what
Whoa.
to expect.
Whoa. Okay.
You don't know what to
Shots fired.
expect. I don't know. I don't like the professional Ali. Okay.
No, there's no professional here.
Okay.
I'm being honest about it.
No,
you know?
but yeah, UAE. Yes, in general, it's.
And every time you say like, oh, I've seen
Exciting.
I've seen it all, but my friend, my God.
you have
you
not been
get
to Sandport Norm.
So the only
Without
reaction,
water.
so the only reaction comes out of me is like, 2018, bro. Just live it. Just embrace it, take it in. See, what I'm trying to tell my friends, like, just whatever happens, just take it in. You don't have to like interact and react at the same moment. Take it in, see what's going on. Look at it from a different perspective. And take it easy, and just don't kill yourself for something that you don't know what's gonna happen. And don't think about, the future, like, oh, if this is gonna happen, like, dude, just handle whatever's in front of you, and the rest will, unfold by itself.
I like I know, because I know Ahmed, just to give people like a small background, is he's very cool,
Chill.
He's very chill. Like if there was a word for cool and chill at the same time,
Ahmed Zubair.
Ahmed Zubair.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this, of course, because I know you, but I've seen, and the way you speak and the way you act. So I mean, it's a good way of looking at things because it's important. Like, you know, you get into scenarios and it's very hectic and it's very stressful, and you need to just be like, you want to act directly, but sometimes you need to just maybe
Chill out.
chill. And I think you're very good doing that.
Was that your first impression of him, or did that take a while for you to realize that he's a chill person?
No, I think I realized quite quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, I
No,
don't
no,
know if it was a first impression, but
I think like he said in the beginning, it's very easy for him to break the ice with people. But if you do not speak to this person, it's very hard to understand that he's a chill person. I'm telling you.
yeah.
Like, okay,
His hand's the size of my face.
if you go, if you go to like,
How are you, Habibi?
if you're like waiting in line at a counter to buy stuff, and there's 3 people there, and he's on one of the counters, trust me, his counter would be empty. You just need to
Next, please. No, I'm good, thank you. No cash, no credit.
I remembered your third distinctive feature.
Uh-huh.
It's your voice.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
I
Can
will
you
tell
elaborate?
you. I'll tell you. Yes, we was talking about the event, and then I remembered it. So I was walking into one of the events, and there was someone talking on the speakers, and their voice was very
Familiar.
radio-y. You know what I mean? It's like what you hear on the advertisements.
KNZ17.
I know this voice. Who is that person?
99.1.
There you go. And I'm like, I know this guy. Who's that guy talking? And
Who's
then
he? Who's this
there
guy?
you- Because you know when you go into the character of giving that voice,
Yeah.
it's very hard to tell it's you. But then I realized it was you, and I was very amazed, to be honest with you. It was very nice. You have that distinctive feature. So that's feature number
Actually,
3.
I can notice his voice out of a lot of things.
No. As soon as I realized it was him, I immediately started understanding your voice from very far. But that's your
So it
third.
became recognizable
Yeah.
after.
I'm just trying to pinpoint that here. That I've kind of outlined 3 distinctive features, and until now, the only distinctive feature you've outlined for me was my laugh. So please, what's next?
Let me compliment you and put you on the spot.
Exactly. I did. Now, what are you gonna do about it?
It's like it's like
Exactly.
fishing for compliments.
Once I came to the office, because how I knew Ali, or how did I start talking to him? So basically, I was sitting in an area, I was next to the printer in the wall. So Ali keeps on walking, printing, walking up and down, up and down. So one day I just wanted to crack something to him. I never
distinctive
even
feature.
talked to him. So I talked to him like, Ali. I actually asked the person next to me, I was like, what is his name? He told me it's Ali. Like, dude, next time you want to pass by here, like you need to put a, tax. He looked at me, he was like,
He takes everything seriously for the first time.
'cause
The first time you say
did
it,
not-
it'll be serious.
He
Like,
did not react to me. He did
did
not
you
react.
ask HR about this?
About the tax? About the tax? Or about what?
About the tax, like you take it seriously. Like, am I really supposed to pay tax? Okay, how much?
Yeah,
so I can see if I want to continue.
I'm just checking. Is there a paper tax?
So he looked at me. He was like, "What?" And because basically he was actually doing something important, and he was very concentrated. Like,
Actually, I like
Yeah.
how you just like.
so he looked at me.
Usually he's doing nothing.
I,
This time he was doing something important.
so his reaction wasn't the one I was expecting, and it was a bit dull. So he just went. He was concentrated and everything. I said, "It's fine."
Recalculating his finances
No,
to see if he can pay the taxes.
Now to keep coming back.
Is this job worth it or not?
I didn't take it personal, So it was fine.
I have
And
to
then,
pay
like,
the big
at the
black guy
same
some
day-
tax now.
At the same day, he was like, "You know what? I'm sorry. What you were saying earlier? I said, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it, bro. It's cool." So then he went back to his desk and he was again concentrating. So you have that face when you're concentrating, man. You look like you're about to cry.
I'm sorry. All of that I was waiting for. It was actually a very good distinctive feature.
Well, that's not distinctive at all.
It is very
And
distinctive.
your head have to be tilted, Be like, I'm like,
Okay.
dude, you and Wafa have the same exact,
Concentration phase.
No. It's the posture, like when you actually reading something, like, and I don't know if it's an important email or someone telling you where we're gonna go for lunch, you'd be like, and Wafa will be sitting in the chair like, and I'll be looking like, I love this.
This is
I
where
love
I
it.
need to be.
Exactly, bro.
I think it's like because my personality kind of changed when I was in the company before and where I am now. I used to stress a lot. that much is true, and I think some of that still stayed with me.
It's habits, you know.
But it's just it's just a habit. So then it's changed now, and then like I'm in the company now, and something might happen, and I go like, well, it is what it is.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
See, I'm sorry. The stress didn't go away. It's still there. You just got used to it. That's all.
Yes,
You knew how to tackle it. You know, you knew how to get away
there's
rid
always
of
going to
it.
be stress.
Very true.
But that's the most important thing is how to manage
Deal
it.
with it.
Yeah, just deal
Don't
with it.
cry.
But yeah,
Don't cry.
I mean, he said the face looked like I was crying. I
Yeah.
wasn't crying. But yeah, yeah. There were times where I would have. That's for sure. But you know, it's about managing the stress. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, with time you'll
Well,
learn.
thanks for bringing that up. I like the quick compliment and then quick
Yeah.
tackle right after that.
سموها زحليقة.
زحليقة. And then we just put a subtitle at the bottom. زحليقة.
That should be a new hashtag, by the way. That should be the hashtag of this.
Yeah, but who was gonna get it? All the four of us?
Yeah, only 4. Well, it's amazing, guys. It's a lot of cool subjects.
Nice.
We're not done. We're not done.
No, I don't want to be done. This is
Yeah,
very
I
exciting.
think-
I'm
I
very
think-
excited.
Yeah,
Can I say another funny story, please?
Yes.
Is that
why
okay?
are you asking me?
I don't know because
why did-
because it looked like you were entering a new part of the podcast. I didn't
No,
know.
I was because I had some things that I wanted to ask.
Please do.
No,
No,
please
no.
go.
My I can wait.
But all the guests are so like.
Waiting for the
please
turn.
you speak.
I'll tell you about the dollar.
Go ahead, please, man. Go, please.
Dollar.
Go.
All right. So I was working in a butcher shop in the States for about.
Okay, wait. Before you get into the States,
Yeah.
I wanted to because I actually wanted to start speaking about your time in the States.
I would rather you do that so I can pick a story out from there. Yeah.
Well, I only know one story.
No,
It's
I'm
the only
saying,
one you're gonna pick.
No, exactly. But I would rather pick the story out of your question. Do you
Okay,
understand what I
okay,
mean?
fine.
You know, that would make
Why are
more
you
sense.
gonna hit me?
I'm not. I'm not.
I'm joking.
I promise.
I mean, because like I know that Anas grew up in the States, and he actually you worked in the States.
Yeah.
And he told me he was working in a phone shop.
Oh no! Here we go.
And you're laughing now, and I don't know why.
I
It's
know.
just so
No,
funny.
you know. I don't.
I know.
You know one story, but you need to understand something about this guy. I don't know what's wrong with him, but his life is so dramatic, man. I told him, if I write a book about you, my grandkids don't need to have to work because I'm gonna make a lot of money out of you.
Bestseller.
Very dramatic, man. I can make volumes out of him.
I think
volumes about his
I
stories.
think that's a compliment. I'm not sure, but it sounds like
I'll
it.
make
You have a
money, not you,
colorful
bro.
life. I think is what he's trying to say.
So
Very
go
colorful.
ahead. Sorry, Adi,
So,
please.
so the
Colorful.
Very cool.
I don't think so.
sounds like a pretty dark.
The first word he used was dramatic. I don't know if you heard that or not,
Bro,
but
it's
yeah.
dramatic, man.
No, I think okay. So going back to the phone company, you want to start with
phone
a
shop.
phone shop?
Yeah.
You want to start with a phone shop, or you want to start with a butcher shop?
See, the thing is,
There's
that's,
just two distinctive things.
that's
you know?
the reason why I actually asked you to go first, because I can pull out the story and actually tell both in the same story. So
Wow.
in the phone shop, yeah, I had at a very young age, at the age of 16, I opened up a phone shop in the States.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It started from the streets, like started from scratch. I was buying and selling phones.
from the
Yeah,
Started from
I'm
the
telling-
bottom. Migos.
Started from the bottom. Yeah.
Migos style.
0 to
Trapping.
100 real quick.
I mean, it doesn't sound
No, it was
nice
it was,
when you say it, but it's
See,
fine.
the thing is, when I say phone shop, just because it has that title does not make it an actual phone shop. It was in the straight up ghetto. It was very
store?
small shop. It was quite inexpensive, but it worked. You know, it worked. It made some money, and I enjoyed it for quite some time. So in that phone shop, I actually had a partner. This partner was this very old, what we call in the States, fob. Do you know what a fob is?
fob.
Yeah.
Fresh off the boat.
There you go.
Fresh off the
So
boat.
the fob in the States is basically the one that talks with an Arab accent, always dresses up with the whole belly and t-shirt, dress shirt and
Tucked
whatever.
in and all that.
Exactly. So that's a fob.
With,
So
with the belt till here. Or?
well, kind of.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to make this
Government
accent
employee.
without laughing. But this guy was I was working at his butcher shop before I opened up the phone store.
So that's how you met him.
Exactly.
Okay, great.
So he owned the butcher shop, and in this butcher shop, he didn't make a lot of money. Yeah. So what he did on the side was sell cars. Now this is the funny part, because this guy was a fob. The cars that he bought, obviously, when you go to you know, I don't want to talk about a certain country in general, but some Arab countries, when you go to them, they're very poor. The best car they have is like a Hyundai Sonata. You know what I mean? It's like, I actually own a Hyundai Sonata, but I'm talking about a 1998 Hyundai Sonata or something. You know what I mean? So cars are very valuable. So he used to buy these, what we call scrap cars in the States. So he used to buy these salvage scrap cars that were barely running and sell them to his customers that came to the butcher shop. So
Wow, during like over the table.
Yeah.
Here's some steak and
No,
here's
no.
your Here's the key. It is out back.
almost
Catch the sausages on your way out.
almost. So I'm gonna give you one of the scenarios when a customer walked into his shop. So he basically targets those customers that seem to have additional.
there's targeting.
amount-
There's direct
of course,
marketing.
of course.
Okay.
This guy's a
He has
great.
an eye for it.
He's a great salesman. Don't get me wrong. He sold those cars. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, props to him if you can.
So one time a customer walks in, right? And he's holding his daughter, I think it was a 2-year-old daughter in his hand. And this guy, I'm going to try to talk to his accent. It's very difficult to talk in his accent, but I'll try. How are you, sir? I'm good. I have a question for you. Why is your daughter so beautiful and you are so ugly? What is that from? That's how he starts his... So the guy starts laughing. Obviously, he cracked a joke. And then he's like, do you have a car? Yes, I do have a car.
And this guy is Arab?
No,
customer?
the customer he's talking to? No, he was actually, I think, South Asian. Somewhere from South Asia. Anyways. So he's like, does your wife have a car? And he's like, no. Perfect. I have the perfect car for you, for your wife. It's perfect. It have some cosmetic problems. What is the cosmetic problems? I will tell you. The sunroof does not close. I think that's a bad... It's no problem. No problem. The sunroof does not close.
Put some cardboard, it will work.
But something, no problem. The radio stays on. It's okay. It's okay. But the seat in the back is burned. But that's all cosmetic problem. $500, you will fix the whole car. I will give you the car only for you with this sheep that you are buying for $900. This is only for you.
What comes as a bundle?
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
bro.
yes. See, he bought a
Meats
whole
and
sheep.
cars, the new thing.
He bought a
Meats
whole...
and cars, the new thing.
He bought a whole sheep. So if you add 2 more sheep on there, that's the price of the car. So he's just like, take the sheep with the car. You know what I mean? So anyways, yeah. So he ends up actually selling. He sold a lot of cars until he actually opened up his. He has a very big car showroom now in the States. It's,
Really?
It's huge.
He's
Huge.
still selling cars.
Yeah, and I'm talking about almost luxury now.
He has an act for it.
stepped up.
He knows it.
Yeah,
It's his
And
thing, you know.
One time, he was selling a car to someone, and he's telling the guy, "ما في radio." The guy was Arab, so he's talking to him, and "ما في radio," and the guy was like, "Ah, ما في radio." And then he looks at him like really angry, like that's why you're not buying the car. And then he's like, "الله يرحم جدك كان يركب حمار، شو بدك في الراديو?" Like I swear to God, this guy.
He will just sell you anything.
Yes.
He will sell you anything.
And he ends up selling, man, and he sold so many cars when I was there.
This is amazing.
And he was really amazed by how I was making extra money out of my job by selling phones. He's like, "Listen, I'm gonna partner up with you. Let's open up a phone shop. You know, you use the money you've made. I'll use." And we actually opened up a phone shop. And to continue the story that you were trying to say, Ali here I was telling him this. He actually caught me fixing a phone, right? And
Yeah,
you came into the room that we were in. You caught me fixing the
Side
phone.
business in the office.
And I'm fixing the phone, and you start talking. You start telling me, I'm imagining. I told you, you were like, how do you know how to fix these phones? Or something started that. And I'm like, I had a phone shop in the States. As soon as I said that, you started telling me a story. You said, I can imagine you. You have a phone shop, and there is an employee there. His name is Bashmanji, and he's like your office boy.
Ra'ed Bashmanji.
Ra'ed Bashmanji, yeah. And he's like your office boy. And I stopped fixing the phone, and I'm looking at you. And then you start telling me, and the phone shop is just the small little shop. I didn't tell you any details about the phone. All I said was I had a phone shop in the States and I was
You
fixing
got
it.
it on the spot.
There was you have this little phone shop in this Bashmanji. Go get me coffee. Go get me I don't know what. And you started explaining it, and I'm just paused. You were done, and I'm like, that's exactly
What I was going through.
Were you there or something? Did you? You literally described like I had this little guy working for. He was like this little kid guy working for me
With the stick. Can I get that phone?
Yeah, exactly. You explained it exactly, and I'm like, and then I opened the phone for you and showed you the picture of the phone shop, and you're like, that's exactly
how
how
it is. That's exactly what it is. It's insane. The reason why I kind of maybe had it in my head is because, like in my time in Lebanon, in Beirut, a lot of the places are like this. So I kind of maybe tried to do a visual of it in that way. But knowing Anas is how I made that
his personality
You-
and how
it was
you know, he's
very,
all over
the
the
thing
place.
is, it was very unintentional for you. I think you were just making up a story or
It
something.
was as I go, I guess,
Exactly,
maybe.
and it was exactly how you described it. Like how?
Can you just imagine Anas in the phone shop just
Yeah.
standing and he's playing on his phone. Obviously, he's leaning on the counter.
Yeah.
You know, like all phone shop owners do. So he's sitting.
That's exactly what they do.
Come in, Habibi.
Exactly.
Come. And he's like, come in, Habibi. So, and then the guy asks him, yeah, hi, how's it going? Can I have a phone? Can you have like the iPhone 5? And you just look at him and it's like, we did not reach iPhone 5 yet.
We did not reach that level. We are still, you know.
We are still only iPhone 4 here and iPhone 3 here, a 3S. And
That's it.
القاتل
I actually
you have only
I
Alcatel and
bou-
Sony Ericsson.
I bounced after iPhone 4. That was the last phone I had in the store.
Okay, cool. So I was you can go to right again.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro.
How
This
did I
guy
get
is
it right again?
This guy is scary. He's not.
That was
No, he
purely,
has an
I
act for
swear to
scenarios,
you,
man.
2000. Okay, I don't
doesn't
know if
have an
someone
act
can
for
search it, but
scenarios, you know.
2011. No, beginning of end of 2010, beginning of 2011. At that time is when I sold the shop.
because the first iPhone released in 2007.
Yeah, but iPhone 4 was released in around 2010 and 11.
4GS, man.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm trying to say is
Insane.
I didn't reach that level yet.
I can just imagine him. He's like this, and the guy asked for a phone, and I don't know why I imagined that employee that was there.
Right,
But he was a
Bashmanji.
guy that, because basically Anas wouldn't do anything, right?
Nope, I
he would
didn't.
just call the guy. So he's like, Raed?
I didn't do that. But still, yes, something like that.
وسح الازاز.
Go get this guy. No, because I'm doing it like the Lebanese way.
No,
right?
I understand.
No. Go get this guy this phone.
Would you
Go,
like
go.
تشرب قهوة?
And then he's like, where is it, Habibi? It's just shouting from afar. He's like, Ya akhi, it's the
Where did
one
that
behind.
voice come from?
Because he's always in the back room. He's always in the back room fixing a phone.
exactly.
Or he's getting some memory cards. Or he's, I don't know, he's fixing the glass or wiping phones, whatever.
اخي جون بيير.
And then he goes like, he's like, you ask him to get you the phone, and he gets you the wrong phone, of course.
Yeah.
He's like, Ya akhi, not this one. And you
Yeah, you
just
throw
throw
it.
it back.
Yeah. روح جيب قهوة فيش منك خشن. No, no, but
اقول
one
لك شيء روح جيب لي سندويش فلافل من هي من عند الكوع.
to be honest with you, after you told me that story, the employee I had, he was this really cool guy, right? And he just came fresh to the States. And I don't know if I'm going to jail saying this, but I was employing him under the table. So he was basically, I'm like, listen, I'm not able to pay you a salary right now. So how you're making money is anything you sell, you will make 10% out of. And this guy made a lot of money, I'm telling you. So one time there was this old lady that came to fix her phone. She came, fixed her phone, we gave it to her, she left. 2 days later, this woman comes back. She's like, I have a memory card in my phone that I lost. It's not here. And the only thing I can remember is bringing you the phone and the memory card's not there. So I start searching everywhere and don't find it. So I'm going to stick with Bashmanji. So I call Bashmanji. I'm like, listen, there's the memory card for this lady, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I don't remember seeing a memory card. So this lady's like, okay, if that's the case, I have photos in there that are very valuable to me. And obviously at that time, we didn't have anything called the cloud or anything.
Yeah, there was no backups.
So he's like, I'm speaking like we're talking 30 years ago. It was actually only like 5 to 10 years
I mean,
ago.
you are a baba. So
Exactly.
the way you speak is a bit like...
But so anyways, this woman, she was an old woman. She's like, I'm going to sue you. And she actually filed a case against me. And she was going to sue me for, I think, $60,000 at that time. So I'm looking at Bashmanji this entire time.
I should lose memory cards.
And I'm like,
Right.
because of you, we're
All in
closing the
space.
store. I didn't really tell him that, but I'm looking at him like, listen, guy, you ruined my life because of the stupid memory card. So one time, at like, I think it was midnight. I don't know what I was doing at the shop at that day, but someone comes knocking on the door. It was midnight. I was in the shop, and nobody knows I'm in the shop because I have something like curtains, and I close. Nobody knows I'm in there. The lights are off. Everything's off. Someone's knocking at the door. I'm like, okay. And I'm in a ghetto area. I'm like, I'm definitely getting robbed right now. But why would a robber knock on the door? So like this I
Maybe
hear
he's
the
a nice robber.
should I open it? Should I not open it? And obviously the cameras that I had outside were broken off. I was in the ghetto, yes. And I didn't know who was outside. I didn't want to open the curtain because I didn't want... Anyways, in the end, I call Bashmanji at midnight. And I'm like, listen. He's like, thank God you answered. I'm like, yeah, I need to tell you something. He's like, no, are you in the shop? I'm like, yeah, I'm in the shop. He's like, well, I'm outside. Can you open the door? I'm like, oh God. So I open the door for this guy. And he comes in tearing. I swear to God, this guy was like crying. He's like, I found the memory card.
No.
I'm like, oh my God.
No.
I swear. How? I'm like, before anything, how did you know I was in here? He's like, I don't know. I just started running everywhere. I had no credit in my phone. I couldn't call you. I was like, he's like, I was going to try your house after this. I'm like, how do you know where I live?
Under the table, mate.
I just want to say, yeah, exactly.
So Bashmenji almost ruined my life, but at the same time saved it. So yes, yeah. That's Bashmenji.
And now you just proved Ahmed's point.
Which is?
Your life is very dramatic.
Yes, no, that's just
Oh, bro, you have
sneak
no
peek.
idea, man.
Sneak peek.
The stories? Oof. Thank
Yeah,
God I'm not with him when it happens, because I will snap at him.
Very
Maybe
true.
we should have another show for that.
No,
All right.
maybe. Very, very, very dramatic. I'll just say, I think very young married father. So it's.
Yeah, but you just like it is
Started from
colorful. Like,
I'm also.
you have the ammo ring and everything.
Yes,
you know?
exactly. No, I can't take that off. It's very bad.
No, I know, but I'm saying it's like
No, I just got
the
really-
way it's on your hand. It's like very ammo.
Yeah.
It's a very baba.
But what I mean is, I was kind of skinny when I had this on, and then I just got fatter. I just can't take it off anymore.
Is that the reason why you can't take it
No,
off?
exactly. That's why I can't take it off. Oh, okay. Yeah.
When did you get
Laptop
fat
on.
on the couch?
No,
Just
and
see it, your finger getting bigger.
I got fat here. I'm telling you.
Actually, since he started with us.
Yeah, 14
I'm telling him, like,
kilos.
you know what? You know, let's order this, do that, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, bro, I'm gaining weight. Tell him, listen, don't worry about it. We're going on ground, man. We have Yasalam.
Sorry,
we have
so I'm gonna
Fifta,
stop you.
We have all of that. We're going to burn it all.
I'm gonna stop you. I can.
He made it double.
I'm gonna get a little bit personal here. So I was 95 kilos when I started working with Ahmed. Well, started working with Ahmed again. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was
Now,
the second time.
what I've noticed from this guy, I've known him for since 2010, right?
Yeah.
11, 10, something like that. So about
End of 10.
7, 8 years. Anyways, 7, 8 years I've known him until now. Same person. He did not change a bit. Same body, same face, same everything. Yeah.
Same face.
Like.
What did your face
Like you
change?
say, I didn't get
I'm sorry.
chubby or
In
fat or
8
anything.
years, you grow. Well, you know,
Oh,
but
okay.
he stayed the
Okay.
same. So, anyways, I started in the company. I'm 95 kilos. This guy's like, I wasn't used to going to lunch where I used to work. You know what I mean? I was used to bringing my own
It was
lunch.
a bit of a sample, you know. You don't
They
have
had a
lot of
small
options.
cafeteria downstairs. Sometimes I used to get some sandwich. But this guy's like, no, here we do things a little bit differently. Here we go to lunch. And the first lunch we went to, we sat for, I think, about an hour and a half to 2 hours. I'm like, okay, I'm liking this place. So this guy, first lunch, I'm like, okay, that was nice. We spent a lot of money on the lunch, okay? And I thought it was just a one-time thing, you know? It's like, welcome,
I actually took him to Origins.
welcome to the
You know,
team.
The first time.
Yeah.
Is it called Origins?
No, you
Ginger.
took me.
Sorry,
Whatever.
Ginger.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
Anyways, so this continues. And, you know, it doesn't stop. It's every lunch like this, and you have to dedicate some percentage of your salary to the lunch. You know what I mean? It doesn't. It's like this guy.
I'm a single person, you know, it's
And this
fine
guy-
for my finances, but for him,
I
He
had,
has 3 mouths to feed.
and he has to go back home and he has to eat dinner.
of course,
But
because
by
my
the
wife
time-
made dinner. You know, you cannot tell her
Yeah,
no.
you can't.
Anyways, so this guy starts feeding and feeding and feeding me, and me and him eat approximately the same amount. The only difference is I'm a very fast eater, so he takes his time eating his food.
I'm telling you, chill.
I
Just
will.
chill.
I will finish the food before he even starts. You know what I mean? I'm that
Still
fast.
doing my process, you know, setting this up, all of that.
So I like 8 months into working with him, I gained 14 kilos. 14 kilos, okay? And I'm like, okay, hold on. This needs to stop. I am not, I'm spending
Funny part
a lot of
starts
money on
now.
lunch and now a lot of money on clothes. There's no reason for me to be here except to eat. That's it. So this guy's like, listen. I start telling him, you know, I'm not going to lunch with you anymore, okay? No more lunch with you, Ahmed. That's it. So he's like, listen. There's no need to argue. You're going to start the event in a week or 2 weeks. You will burn these 14 kilos like you've never seen before. You know, we're going to be running around everywhere and just burning fat. And I'm like, okay.
He got convinced, you know. I was like, you know,
Immediate-
I make sense to him,
This
you
was
know?
on our way to the elevator going to lunch. You know what I mean? So basically, this guy's like, okay. I'm like, okay. So we get to the event, and I'm ready to burn my fat. You know what I mean? We did not move. We just sat there the whole time. The only thing we actually did in the event, we were so prepared, like for the event, and we had everybody doing everything for us, that the only thing we had to think about during the event was what we're gonna eat at lunch. That's it.
It's all over. We're back at it again.
And I gained 2 more
And
kilos.
you have more time on site. You know? You have
And
more
this-
time.
Yeah, and so he's the same. He's fine where he is. He can eat. Mashallah,
telling you, bro,
you know,
you
knock
live
on
once,
wood.
man, you know?
But this guy can eat and nothing will happen. You know what I mean? But me, I'm telling you. But I'm back on track now. I lost 10 of those 14 kilos.
Wow, amazing.
I need to go another 20, and
Nice.
I'll be good to go. So yeah.
When's the deadline?
I haven't gone out to lunch with Ahmed for a long time. Actually, it's been a while. So,
Yeah.
I was a bit busy. I was doing something.
Yeah.
Well, you have 10 kilos.
I feel like I'm talking about me being a drug abuser, and now
I'm an enabler for him.
but yeah, that's
Okay.
cool.
Well, guys,
Cool.
I want to ask some of the standard questions
Please.
because, and I want to start with Ahmed, because like we can't not have this on the show. I mean, we'll try, you know, if the show gets too long, whatever. So let's just. I want to ask you the question, the first one, and then let's see what happens, and then maybe we can go to the second one. What do you think of the name Nobody's Famous?
Interesting. Makes people like, oh, nobody's famous, so let's see what kind of characters is gonna bring to it. And you will find a lot of interesting characters in this world. And to be honest, where we work, I believe each and every one is interesting. Because I always say this to everyone: everybody's cuckoo in our company. Because that's the only way you can get along in this environment. If you're not a bit, there's a tick in your head, you know, like it's not a bad thing. What I'm trying to say, the cuckoo, it's like a good thing. It's like your own extrinsic thing that makes everything work. And it adapts to everyone else. And that's the thing that we have in this company. Everybody's, you know, crazy in his own way. And somehow it works, bro. Comes out, you know, to something very nice. And that's what Nobody Famous, I believe, it came out from. I think like everybody has his own thing. And yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, it's we have so many like quotes so far from the show, and that was one of them. It's just everyone has something to share.
Yeah,
So that
very
is
interesting people, bro. Sit and listen and you laugh, you'll enjoy. Entertainment, man.
Anas?
Well, I really like it. Nobody's Famous makes me feel equal to everyone else. I'm normal, you know what I mean? But no, I'm the type of person. I first of all, I work at an entertainment company, and I don't like concerts. The reason I don't like concerts is basically because there's thousands of people out there looking at one person because he's famous. You know what I mean? He's a celebrity. They like his music. They like his talent. They like whatever it is. And when I come to think about it or read about the celebrity or this person, it makes me think like, you know, I could be this person, or anyone could be this person, not just him. You know, there's so many people out there with talent. They're just not basically broadcasted to the world. So Nobody's Famous makes you feel like, you know, you're just like everyone else, and
Everybody's talented. You just need to find it.
yeah. So
And the right platform, you know, you will go ahead.
that does not mean I will not become famous one day from the book that Ahmed's going to write.
You'll make me famous, man. Actually, I'm going to use codes.
Yeah.
Hey,
Bro,
man.
man, it's going to be a lot of
You know, if
characters,
there's
man.
anyone that
A
is going to
lot.
write a book about you, it's going to be him.
Yeah. Very
You know,
true.
just make sure you get some credit out of it. And you
So-
guys don't
so will
fall
you.
out and
If
he's in his
if
limo.
Bashmanji's in that book, you will get credit as well.
Oh, yeah, going to be quotes. And to be honest with you, there's two people, actually, I want to write books about them because their life is very interesting, man. One of them is Anas, and another person, I'm not going to mention his name, is very dear to me. My God, man. If you think he's dramatic, that person is like, you know, like, how do you say in Arabic terms, الوحش الأخير, man. Final level, man, Mortal Kombat.
The final boss.
Yeah, with that, and you're done. Contra style. Man, swear to God, man. That's
Gateway of
just-
last resort.
Yeah, but I'm not actually, you know,
Getting a bit
and the problem
technical.
is, which I want to do this, but my problem is I hate writing. I hate composition. I hate all of that things.
I mean,
Since high school.
yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to narrate it and let someone write it for me.
Ali?
tell the story. Oh, you looked at me, right?
I'll just put the points.
I'm excited.
stories,
I will have a book written about me. This is
Yeah.
very exciting. You
I'm
know
just
what I
I'm just imagining the front cover. Can you imagine Anis's face on the front cover? The Elfie story. Hi.
Volume 1.
Volume 1.
Yes.
Wow, there's volumes.
Yes,
Yeah.
there will
Britannica.
be. Yes,
I just-
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
No, because I think like writing, like I understand what you meant. Writing is very difficult task. And,
Yeah.
And
And delivering the message to the people who's reading it. You know, it
Yeah.
has to be at a certain
Yeah.
way.
the thing is, I actually experienced it because I did start. I started a blog a long time ago. What's a long time? I say 5 years ago, and
It is a
and-
long time, man.
Yeah, I mean relatively. It sounds like I'm 50. I'm saying a long time ago, but I mean, you know, and as I started writing, and I realized like I would edit and re-edit and send it to like maybe 8 or 9 people that I know who I can trust it with,
Yeah.
and
To
let
rephrase
them
it,
read
you know,
it, and give me an example of
Yeah.
it and stuff. And it's very hard. It's very hard
Sure.
to share this kind of medium. And then I realized I
Doesn't
stopped. I lost my inspiration, and I lost everything.
No, to be honest with you, Ali, it's not you. It's basically this
Environment.
world we're in right now. There's no more readers out there. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people now are more interested in looking at pictures and videos, and you know, there's
Yeah.
very few who are actually willing to sit there. I mean, it's been. I'm not talking about everyone. I'm talking about myself as well. I think the last time I actually read an email was like. No,
Okay.
I'm talking about to that extent. People just don't read anymore. You know, it's like it's not there anymore. Like
Scan through.
I think I went my last trip to the States. I went to the library, and I remember going to the library when I was in high school, and it was just full of people. And I went to the library the last time, which was like a year ago, and it was empty. It was literally a library. Like you could not hear any. It was empty. So yeah,
It was a library for the first time.
Oh,
It was actually a library.
so it's not you. I think it's just the interest of people through this medium is just not.
Well, that's true, but I kind of did. I mean, you wouldn't have all these blogs and people still writing because I think it was kind of me because I felt like it was something that I gave up on because it was difficult and
I see
because
what
I
you're
wanted to really like talk
Express.
about things and express certain things in a certain way. There wasn't something that you have to be so focused in reading, but it was something that was kind of lighthearted, right?
Yeah, I see what you're
But
saying.
but when that fell out, and then this thing came up, you know, the podcast, it came up in a way where now I see why I kind of stopped doing the writing, because now I can do exactly the same, but in a more digestible format, which is videos and,
Yeah.
and audio where people can actually listen and
Yeah.
meet. Because actually I was writing about people in my life who are entrepreneurs, but then this podcast allows me to talk about just anyone. It doesn't have to be only
Anything.
entrepreneurs and people in my life. So in a way, that failure came up into something else that I'm doing, which is great. That's what I meant to say.
And it's
because-
very attractive, to be honest with you. It's like when you're listening to, I mean, your podcast or any podcast, to be absolutely honest with you, it's more interesting. You know, you actually hear the person when you hear his tone of voice, when you hear like how they're when they're laughing. It's different. You know what I mean? So I think technology is a good thing, and it's also kind of bad
Yeah,
because
that's true.
The digital age, you know.
yeah, we're writing your as you are now. It's just
Yeah.
not right anymore. I'm telling you.
Yeah, English is dying, man. I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I always, you know, when I write emails, like usually, I just type it, get out, send.
I'm still thinking. Was there a right answer to your question? Is there a reason you named it Nobody's Famous, or is there?
Well, it would be unfair to say there's a right answer,
Okay.
right? Because that's exactly the whole point of the show, is that we get people on the show who are just anyone. It doesn't matter who the people are, right? It doesn't really matter who they are. And the thing is, it would be wrong for me to say there's a right answer, because everyone has different
views,
shades
Yeah, true.
Yeah. True.
of themselves
True.
to answer that question. But if I were to say like kind of the message or what we're trying to convey here is, it's just like it doesn't really matter who you get. A lot of people have interesting things to say, and there's
True.
a lot of people who have been through a lot of hardships.
Experiences,
And
yeah.
I'm not saying they have to share, but for example, some people, they can share it without revealing too much or too many details, but they can share something that will actually prevent somebody else in falling into the same
True.
mistakes, or it's something informative, and people can learn things in a more lighthearted way.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, exactly.
I don't want it to seem that the show is so like focused, and you know you have to be listening, and now you know like
We're not here to judge.
But I mean, like, that's what I'm trying to say is like when you hear that kind of story from a celebrity, like for example, a celebrity comes out and says, "Oh, I came from the ghetto. I started with nothing. Blah 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 blah." Just come to think about it, maybe if not me and you, but at least our father, for example, they started from nothing. You know what I mean? And
it's the same. Of
it's
course,
the
it's
same
kind
thing.
of the same
and
story.
it's probably
yeah.
even harder on them than it was on this. That's what I'm trying to say is when you're so interested in this celebrity story, it's just so different when it comes from someone else that they have probably even a more interesting story. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's
sometimes
yeah.
somehow you relate to that story. Like
True.
you find there's something common with this experience that you're actually enduring.
Yeah.
That's how, you know, people get hooked to these kind of things, and people find it as a get away from the stress, just, reading about other people's stories and other people, problems. And to be honest with you, that's annoying. I don't like that because, yeah, everybody has problems. Everybody has issues. Everybody can do anything. But at the same time, people have to do, follow your own path, do your own thing. Stop, worrying about other people. That's what I always think, okay, yeah, he's have fun. If he's my friend, if he asks for my help, 100% I'll be there for him. But you don't always have to look at him, look what he's doing. Everybody's equal, man. Just chill.
Nobody's famous.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody's famous, man. Famous for what? Why do you want to be famous? Honestly.
Well, that's another question. I think
Why do you
that's
want to be
another thing.
famous?
I mean, you can ask that question to so many people, right? And they have so many answers they can give you, and it's just there's a broad spectrum of answers. People will say, "Oh, I want to be famous because I want to be known." It's not for the money, right? Or somebody wants to be famous because they want the money.
It's for the money.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
It's always for the
That's
money,
the answer.
But
Maybe
the
there's
problem is,
ulterior motive behind it.
certain things you have to let go if you want to be famous. Like one of them is privacy.
Yeah.
And other people around you, dear to you, they get hurt in an indirect way because you're famous, and they don't deserve it, to be honest. And I love my privacy. I want to have my private things, but being famous.
I was asked
Doesn't
that
work
question
like
in
that.
school. Actually, it was a course about media, and I was talking about why, or what do we think about the celebrities that argue that they don't have privacy anymore because they're celebrities and they want to have a private life. If you're going to be a CEO of a company, you need to realize that in order to be that CEO of the company, you're going to have very long hours. You're going to have very tiring days. You're going to have days
work in it.
Yeah, because you want to become the CEO of that company. You still have the option of becoming the manager who works 9 to 5. You know what I mean? But if you want to go up, it's going to be hard. So when you're contracting to become famous, I know it's not really a contract. Famous and you just sign. No, it's when you're going on that path to become an actor or singer or anybody who's actually famous, you're basically signing, and one of the terms is privacy. It's not going to be there anymore. So yeah, I don't think they have that argument, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, it's interesting you mentioned that because some celebrities actually have managed to have that balance.
Because they've been in the game for so long that they've
Understood how it works.
they know how to do it. You know what I mean?
You just have
Well,
to
I think
understand the
that's the
environment.
sweet spot then. I think that's the best type of balance. Or you can, like you said, protect your family from that kind of
True.
stuff. I think then you're good.
True.
That should be good.
True.
Because sometimes the high, the drive, of famous, everybody's it's intriguing, like, oh my God. I don't think anyone's going to say no if he's becoming famous, but you just have to make sure that you understand how
What
it
it
works.
comes with,
what comes with it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't get it, if you don't understand, and that there's going to be consequences if you just go like that without thinking, it drives you crazy. And actually, if you think about nobody's famous, a couple of rappers for example, Migos, the trap new guys. Imagine how they become famous. Their story is very interesting. They have that talent, of writing music and blah, blah, blah. So they created this weird-ass music, and it just worked. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And it worked. But everybody's been telling them, this is bullshit. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And then it worked. And if you've seen the people around them, they're not educated, or it's like they're just literally from the ghetto, and then we're just thrown into the limelight.
Yeah.
And then, their reaction to it, how many times they went to jail and came out of jail, and their family, their daughter and everything. Each and everything that you do in your life,
you think it's them,
too
but
much.
maybe it's the life that just
Exactly.
been thrown
People,
on them,
come
and
to
they
you.
just like,
Very
oh,
true.
how do I act,
And I think the perfect story about this is Princess Diana. If you have seen the recent show they did about her, man, it's a very sad story. I felt bad for her. And I think after just looking at that show and knowing exactly what she's been going through, and that's just from the people talks, not even her talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that. Her kids were saying she was very miserable, man. But she had to put that face because she's a public figure. And
I don't think anyone
Yeah.
has the right to speak about someone, though, unless it's that person themselves.
exactly, but the person's not here, but they're still saying about her experience, man. And I swear to God, I felt so bad. That's one thing that was, hell no. I don't want to be famous. Imagine.
It's all a facade.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, and I like that you opened maybe you were speaking about some people, so that will lead me to the second question, which is of course, directed at both of you guys,
Yeah.
is who, in your opinion, is the most underrated artist out there? And you can, it can be anyone, by the way.
It's a very nice question.
It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be related to entertainment or anything like that. It can be anyone in your mind,
Underrated artist.
or a person, underrated person.
Hmm.
Can't think of anyone because
Um,
I never can. If I like the person, it's fine. I don't look like around like, oh, is he famous?
Is it okay
Is
to
he doing
get a little
okay?
bit political
He's doing
here,
fine,
or-
you know? I like him.
I'd
so
rather
what, you know?
not. Or this will be the last
yes,
show.
it will be. But no, there's nobody on the top of my head. It's a question that needs a lot of thought. But I would say,
Really?
yeah, it does need, because to me, a lot of them are underrated. The most underrated, I would say, in my eyes, is he actually is a celebrity. It's not really bad to say. It's Donald Trump. It's just very underrated, man. Very underrated.
How though?
I think he became famous. He made this reality show where he just fires people, and people are just interested. And he had so many views. You know what I
He
mean?
created that persona. Like it became a catchphrase.
Yeah, and while saying that, I will also say, I mean, you got to give him credit, right? He did it on his own. He regardless of the loan that he got, but he got there. He got
To be
there,
honest,
so.
you know, whatever anybody do, it's not the person who did it. It's the people actually following him and, you know, praising him and talking about him, you know. It's the people that actually put you in that, you know,
Correct.
level.
Correct.
It's not the person
There's
himself. He does his thing.
You remind me of that person on the Dr. Phil show. That was that 14-year-old girl. What was her
Oh,
name?
please, God, no.
Please say it. Say it. What was it? What was the phrase?
Catch me outside.
Catch me outside.
Cash me
How about
outside.
that?
Man, how did she become famous? How? Like, tell me how.
I think this is one of the mysteries of the world.
Exactly.
It was
Like,
with Dr. Phil.
yeah, man. Like, okay, Dr. Phil has a lot of weird people in there. Cash me
weird
outside. The
person.
word, the phrase "cash me outside" is
How
a
about
business
that?
right now. I'm telling you. Like, it's just.
And she's balling. Like, you know, she has her own bodyguard.
Yeah,
she has her, you know, drug.
yeah.
It's just stupid, bro.
I think.
I'm
I
telling you,
think.
it's
Can I
2018,
cancel
bro.
my last answer and talk about "cash me outside"?
Now she's your new underrated artist.
Yes.
She's not underrated. She's overrated.
Man, very,
She's
very
overrated.
Yes.
Yeah,
very
she's
true.
overrated.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just something that we like to ask because it ties into the name of the show again. Is,
Makes sense.
you know that there's a lot of things. There's a lot of people. For example, I make it easy. If, like, for example, music, a lot of things that I may listen to, and you might not know them.
True.
But those people are kind of famous in a certain way, or at least I know them, and you might not know them, and you go like, oh, you know, these guys are actually pretty good, you know, and that goes to show like a lot of these up and coming artists are like insanely talented,
True.
but nobody knows anything.
Very
about
true,
them.
actually. By the way.
Yeah.
A lot of people now tell the underground music that you don't have the right pedestal, you know, or the right path of the person to help them
Yeah.
out.
Like Ahmed said, it's the people who make you famous. You know what I mean? It's the basically people who are watching
Who
American
rate you.
dream.
who rate you. They either underrate you or overrate you, like that. Catch me.
And to be honest with you, there's a
Outside.
lot of people, like, for example, it's not a talent, but let's say they have that charisma that will attract people.
Yeah.
And they find the right person that will make that character or build that style, like, you know, you'll believe it. And it will be so tacky on the market. People like, oh my God, this is something weird, blah, blah, blah. But if you actually listen to that person or saying, oh, bro, there's no talent. Look at their music. It's just the persona. A lot of artists, they only have video music. They don't have actual albums, because if you look at their albums, like, you're not going to listen to that person. But because they make a very nice video clip.
They're a good front man.
Sure.
or their-
Exactly.
their
It's
persona.
marketing. They're just marketing themselves.
Very true.
They become a brand. Same as Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is a brand. The Rock is a brand. You know, wherever you put them, they're going to be a success. That's it.
Very true.
It's corporate.
Why am I remembering the movie American Gangster right now? Have you watched
So
it?
random.
Oh my
Yes, I've
God,
watched it.
man.
That's
It's a pretty good movie.
That was a very. I've watched that movie maybe 45 times.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good movie.
That is.
I don't know why you mentioned it.
I'm telling you, I have no idea. I'm just remembering it out of this conversation. It's just
Random.
like, yeah.
Hi. Random on the
Frank-
Nobody's Famous
Frank-
podcast with Anas
Don't forget,
Elfi.
Frank Lucas is a real person, so I can.
Yeah, I actually
I can
researched
actually use him as my answer.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
don't tell
Don't
me
say
why I'm
he's
thinking-
underrated.
No,
Don't. Just
he's
let's not go there.
Definitely not.
Let's just not go
Definitely
there.
not. Definitely not. But yeah, that's kind of It's kind of what Ahmed is saying. You know what I mean? There's people who have this talent, and they're able to use it. Then there's other people who don't have talent at all, like Cash Me Outside, and they're just
become very catchy.
Yeah. So,
But I like how your two answers were Donald Trump and the girl who said "Catch me outside."
do you like that?
How random!
Do you see the complexity in my answer?
It's just very complex.
Yes.
It's very complex. What are we at now?
We're at an hour and 30 plus.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
So let's wrap this up, guys.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up.
Wow.
Okay. So I want to say first of all, or not first of all, second of all, thanks again, guys, for coming on the show.
Well,
Glad to
thank
do
you.
it, bro.
It's always it's always a pleasure to do these things and
Definitely.
to chat with people. And the thing is I always say this, like, you have colleagues, you have friends, you have family, they're always around you, and you never sit down and have a chat for at least an hour,
Very true.
like in such a way. Maybe you do, sometimes if it's a very serious topic or something.
Very
There's a
true.
lot of distractions. Your phone,
Yeah, there's a lot of
Instagram,
distractions.
games,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that it's been a pleasure speaking to you guys, like, eye to eye, just chatting, no phones, not connected, and I think that's the beauty of doing this.
I think definitely.
So I
think so
just
too.
wanted to say thank you guys for
There's
being on the show.
there's
Welcome.
no reason to thank us. I think the pleasure is ours because being on a show like this is actually very amazing. The conversation was beautiful, and thank you very much, Ali. I
Of
really
the
appreciate it.
randomness of the conversations. You
Yeah.
start with
Yeah.
something, we move to something else.
Randomness, yeah.
And I like the seriousness at the end. It was very nice.
We always tend to do that.
Yes, I
We're
know.
always happy, and then we're always
No, but
Arab
seriously,
style.
yeah, the world is like this, and the world is like that, and
Nah,
no, but
it's
seriously,
all good,
thank you.
man.
The pleasure is ours.
anything else you guys want to say just to close it off?
Yes, thank you very much, Alex. Really appreciate it.
The man behind the scene.
Amazing
I love what
setup.
you're doing, and seriously, bro,
Keep it up. Definitely. Do you like
Got
the
your back.
synchronization?
I love it. I love
it. Got your back, man. I loved it from the moment that you told me about it.
No, I think you're the type of person that people just need to listen to, and they will definitely appreciate, man. Good work.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
And
pleasure.
actually, you'll make us learn more about our friends. By the
Yeah.
way, what you doing?
True
It's
that.
interesting, like I know him, I know you, but the other people that you like, I know them. They're my colleagues, and I heard about them, met them once or twice, during our outings. But yeah, it's very nice.
Appreciate
Great
it.
pleasure, guys. Well, shall I sign off, Alex?
There you go.
Gave me the go ahead. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening to the Nobody's Famous podcast. And, you can watch us on YouTube, listen to us on podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud. Please don't watch while driving, but, listen while driving. We'll be with you all the way. And don't forget to subscribe, share. And thank you guys once again for tuning in to the Nobody's Famous podcast. Woo!
Wow.
That was fun.
That was amazing, man. Amazing.
Nice one, Ali.
That was amazing.